Hello everyone, my name's Rosin, happy 2021, and welcome back to episode 3 of Newtype Netplay. It's been a while since I recorded one of these, huh? And that's becoming an increasingly big problem as I continue to play and record more and more MBON match footage for this series, but then not actually talk over the match footage and make the actual episodes. So, I am currently recording, as you know, the audio for episode 3. I have enough match footage recorded and edited together to make 66 episodes. So yeah, I got quite the backlog to work my way through. Be prepared to see this series get cranked the hell out over the next few months. I really want to try maybe doing 2 or 3 of these a week, if at all possible. We'll see if I can even stick to that. Who knows with my schedule, but yeah, I really like MBON. I apparently don't like talking over this match footage, so we're gonna need to fix that. We're gonna need to actually, start talking over these more and more and putting these out, because it's not fair to just keep it all to myself and just play more without actually making the videos. So, yeah, this is from all the way back in the beta still. This was recorded towards the end of April. It might have been from the closed beta period still, which, God, it's been 9 months. Like, a baby could have been conceived and born in the time since I recorded this to this video being put out, which is ridiculous. I need to close that gap. But yeah, I almost cost us the match there. Thankfully, my Barbados Lupus partner was able to save my ass there, because we were literally just about to lose because I was about to die, but thankfully we got saved by my partner's quick thinking and reflexes. So, yeah, I looked through this footage a bit, and woof, oh, this is rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty rough. But, you know, that's what this series is for. It's for me chronicling my experience with Maxi Bustan and being able to see my current match footage that I've recorded, you know, just like a weekend or two ago, and this footage that was recorded all the way, you know, 3/4 of a year ago, which is so ridiculous to say. Time really flies, even though 2020 felt like it lasted forever. You know, I definitely have noticed that, you know, oh, geez, I actually did improve, you know, even if I think sometimes that I feel like I'm still not that great of a player. And I'm not gonna lie, if you want to learn some expert level Maxi Bustan gameplay tips and all that, you're not gonna find it here. I look at the online resources that the community has put together, and I do my best to play the game a lot, but and, you know, whenever people offer me feedback and advice to improve my play, I take it, and I'm genuinely curious and listening to it. And, you know, that goes for anyone in the comments who wants to, you know, give me some advice too. Just know that for a good while now, this footage is going to be outdated, so keep that in mind when, you know, giving advice or whatever. But, and I'll try to make fun of myself as much as possible too, or poke fun at myself whenever I'm playing in a way that's bad that I now wouldn't even think of doing. But yeah, that's what the series is all about, right? It's about chronicling my experience with Maxi Bustan and trying to get better at it over the months of play. So, yeah, I really like the end of this match here, where I just pop back up and I'm like, oh, well, the enemy committed to a attack that it can't escape from. I'm just gonna shoot that Rosen Zulu in the butt and win the game there. So yeah, that was a good time. Oh, we got a match here with my buddy Johnson, who hasn't been playing MBON lately, and has kind of been taking a break from fighting games and fighting game adjacent stuff for, you know, competitive stuff like MBON. You know, MBON really isn't like a traditional fighting game. It's kind of that weird 3D arena type thing. But, you know, it's very fighting game adjacent. You know, a lot of the FGC also loves MBON and stuff like that. So, you know, there's definitely a crossover there. They're not mutually exclusive genres at all, not by any means. So, yeah, Johnson hasn't really been playing a lot of MBON. I keep trying to rope him back in, but, you know, if he wants to take a break, that's totally fine. But you know, Johnson, if you're listening to this, that door is always open to you, buddy. Whenever you want to partner up and join a lobby or do whatever, I'm always there. I'm always there to play. So, yeah. Yeah, this game has just been so much fun to play with friends and stuff like that, too. My buddy Mark and I play this a lot, actually, still. I got Mark hooked on MBON. You know, when Johnson and I were playing it, we convinced a few of our other friends to try it out, and Mark really took a liking to it too, and he and I are regular partners. We constantly spend our weekends playing into the wee hours of the morning in the lobbies that the community puts together and all that, so Yeah, it's been a good time. It's been so much fun just sticking with this community and seeing everyone slowly improve, and you know, it's kind of fun. Not only is it fun watching this footage and seeing like, oh god, I'm playing so poorly and all that, and I'm so much better now, but even just you know, this was during that open beta period where, or I guess this was still probably from the closed beta period, I'm pretty sure. But just realizing like, oh god, we all as just like a Western community got better. Like right there, that RX-78 too. If that team played a little bit more carefully, they could have definitely taken out Johnson there and won the game. But that RX-78 too made them selfie sitting duck, and I was able to squeeze out a win there for us. So yeah. You're going to see quite a few matches here, especially in the early parts of the series where I'm playing the Crossbow X2, which still remains my main suit that I love playing. I kind of have a handful of suits I really like to play, and I'll definitely highlight those as we get to them in the series. So, yeah, so I guess just because I have a pretty general outline of how the series is going to go, because, you know, I've edited fucking 66 episodes of it, the early parts of the series are definitely going to be me playing around, playing a variety of suits, trying to learn the game, and just, you know, getting my footing and catching my bearings and all that. And then as the series goes on, it's going to transition more into specific episodes are going to be based around specific mobile suits, because what I found is even though I do have a handful of suits I really like to play, what I actually found very fun and rewarding and keeping me going back is I really like to switch suits a lot. And you know I do have my mains, don't get me wrong, but I found it very fun to poke into training mode, or you know, the CPU battle with the AI turned off is how you do it in this game, and then go, oh hey, let's see what this suit's all about. And then after I get familiar with its moveset and look up some stuff online to see how you're supposed to play it, or you know, whatever, let me try jumping into a player lobby and seeing how I fare. And that often results in me getting my ass kicked a lot, but also it's very fun and rewarding when I start to learn the ins and outs of all the different suits in this game, because, you know, this game has a huge roster. And thankfully my super was kind of got interrupted there by the revive, but Johnson was able to win the match there. But yeah, as I was saying, I found really fun to play this game, switching suits constantly, and spending one weekend playing one suit, and, you know, or a couple of suits. Like, I'll pick like 3 suits that I'm going to play that weekend and record match footage for, and that's kind of what this series turned into as I continued playing MBON. You know, here and there you will see some times where I'm just like, I feel like playing Crossbow X2 and a few of the other suits I like, and, you know, you're gonna see a fair amount of Crossbow X2 as the series goes on. Don't you worry. You know, I really never I really never cared, or I was kind of indifferent to the X2. I always really liked the X1 and the full cloth X1 better design-wise, but MBON has a way of making you care more about suits you used to be ambivalent towards. The Crossbow X2 is a big example for me. I love this thing now. It's one of my favorite mobile suit designs now, I think. I really like it a lot, and I have the Premium Bandai high-grade kit for it in my backlog. I have a big Gunpla backlog. I need to do more building, too. I just have all sorts of huge backlogs. Stuff I need to watch, games I need to play, video series I need to finish talking over and editing and publishing to YouTube, model kits to build. I just need to commit to something, goddammit. Oh, actually, I wanted to highlight this match. There I go, blabbering and wasting valuable time. These two players were kicking everyone's asses in the lobby that we were in. I remember this well. And I remember I included this match in this episode because I was so proud of it. Johnson and I had a great time playing this match because you could tell that they were very familiar with Gundam. You know, they either had played Gundam Versus or imported Full Booster. You know, you could tell that they had definitely been experienced. And there we go. We thought this was a rage quit. This actually wasn't. The beta was having this problem where when the match would end like this, a player would disconnect, and it looked like people were rage quitting. That actually wasn't what was happening. It actually was the case that there was just a weird networking error that kept cropping up, and it looked like people were rage quitting when they actually weren't. So, you know, we were laughing at the time because we're like, oh, we made them mad, but no, that's not the case. That was just a weird networking issue. That wasn't on those players at all. But yeah, it's just watching this footage back was so funny to me because I remember Johnson and I getting so excited about it, and now I look back on it and I'm like, oh god, I'm playing so terribly, and Johnson really carried me there. And, you know, it wasn't really something, looking back now, that's not something I'd be proud of at all. I'd be like, ew, that was a pretty bad match on my part. I was playing like dog shit. But at the time, you know, that small victory and just being like, oh, we actually won, felt great. And it you know, it was a very encouraging victory to be like, oh, I can take some matches every now and again against players who are way better than me. Oh, that sand dune there, killing the Garobi, which I don't know if I've covered this before, but Garobi is kind of the slang term people use for the big beam attacks in this game. That getting hit by that dune is something that I feel like happens to be way too much on this map. It's kind of funny. But, yeah, that was a bummer. Oh, geez, the sidestep there. Yeah, actually, that's been something that's been kind of funny to watch as players have gotten better at the game too. Is the evolution of the Rainbow Step wars. For those of you who don't know, when you sidestep out of a melee attack to dodge in this game, it has a very distinct rainbow streaking effect. So what happens is that when two players want to melee each other, there's just like a bunch of rainbow streaks going around everywhere until someone runs out of boost gauge and they can't sidestep anymore, and then they're gonna get hit out or whatever. Like they lost the Rainbow Step War, as they call it. And it's just really funny watching the evolution of those as players went on, where it's like at really early stages of the Western community like this, it was like, oh my god, my attack got sidestepped. Oh no, I'm gonna get hit, and then realizing, wait, no, I can sidestep too, and slowly just watching people get more and more comfortable with engaging in those melee evasion wars, to the point that, you know, you know, people are sidestepping all over the place nowadays, but back then it's just like, oh, one sidestep, my brain is melting. It's very funny. And actually, that was pretty bad of me at the end of that match there. I was not playing safe at all. I could have really cost us the game there. If that full armor decided to go after me instead of Johnson there, we definitely would have lost. I was a sitting duck. I should have got the fuck out of there and let Johnson front. But I was trying to be a hero, and I was playing greedy, and I shouldn't have done that. That was really, really dumb on my part. Luckily, you know, the enemy made the mistake, and we were able to win, so got lucky there. I think of all the maps that are included in this game's multiplayer, this might be my least favorite. It's not a bad map, you know, none of the maps of this game that they selected for the online modes, because for those of you who don't have the game or aren't familiar, or never played the single player, which I don't blame you because the single player is not much, there's a lot of maps in this game that aren't actually available in the multiplayer modes just because they're not as balanced, and they kind of have like a uniform... The ones that are available for competitive or online play kind of have like a uniform style and size, just so, you know, map doesn't play that big of a factor. I guess you can think... I'm not familiar with Smash, but, you know, I guess kind of the same goes for, you know, Smash and stuff like that, how that community has their agreed-upon maps and stuff like that. And it's kind of just integrated into the game's competitive side itself here. But of all the maps that you can play on in the online for this game, I think this one is the one I like the least, strictly because of this building right here to the left of the camera. It's indestructible, and there's a tiny slice of the map that's right behind it, and it always feels bad. Going back to Smash, it kind of reminds me of getting stuck in that little underground part of that Hyrule Castle map from Melee, which I believe has some fancy name, but I can't remember it right now. But it feels like that. It never feels good to get stuck behind there. Managed to finish out the round there with the cool crossbow next to Aura combo. I love that big pink exit it ends on, and when you get the kill like that, it looks super cool. It's so satisfying to land. I could have optimized that combo better, because what you should do is you should do a 1-2 and then sidestep to cancel the combo, and then you can cancel into 1-2 and then the full Aura, and it just does more damage that way. Here I am playing the Nightingale, which I regret to say after having played so much more of MBON. Don't really know if I don't know if the Nightingale is for me, which sucks to say, because it's a suit I have fun playing with sometimes, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think it really jives with my playstyle or my strengths as a player. It's something I like to mess around with and have some fun with every now and again, but not really a suit that I would call a main or a suit that I love playing as, which is a bummer because those of you who know me know I love the Nightingale, favorite mecha design of all time. I absolutely love this thing. Just a wonderful suit, wonderful design. But yeah, it's a very interesting and unique suit in this game too. It's at the 3K category, but also at the same time, even though it has to play that front role, you know, you don't want to, you want to die first as the Nightingale. You don't want to have your lower cost partner die first and then overcost you. You want to do it like what I did right there and die first. But yeah, that's kind of tricky though too at the same time because you shouldn't be going in melee style like I just did right there with Nightingale. You kind of want to keep at a medium to far range. That's what Nightingale's toolset kind of focuses on. And you're gonna see it here actually. I remember watching this match footage back. The Nightingale strength is doing stuff like this right here, where you're just kind of causing a bunch of shit to fill up the enemy's proximity, and just make the enemy make a bad landing like that you can then punish. Really doing a lot of movement restriction and control, and kind of just filling the screen with shit that makes it annoying to move around, and then you can kind of get the enemy into a bad spot and then fully go in with landing some more powerful attacks and stuff like that. So good job past me for doing that, even though I'm sure you didn't really know what you were doing. You just bursted and then were like, oh, I got funnels now, wee, and then just started, you know, as Danny DeVito would once say, you just started blasting. Yeah, it's a good time, this game. There's the Haman's Akai, always a fun suit to fight against. And fight as, actually. I love the Akai is also a top-tier mecha design in my humble opinion. Do you remember when Dragon Ball FighterZ came out and it got a bunch of praise online because of how faithful it was to the original material and how much respect it paid when creating the movesets and stuff like that for the source material and all that? I kind of feel like MBON deserves that same level of respect. Even though I feel like it doesn't, because people, at least in the West, aren't as familiar with Gundam source material stuff. You know, a lot of people are fans of these, you know, games and stuff like that just because they're fun games, or also, you know, they remember watching a few of the shows as a kid, or, you know, they just love Gunpla and stuff like that. There's a lot of ways to get into Gundam. But, you know, there's definitely a attention to detail with all of these playstyles and movesets that I like a lot. Like, Amuro is a very scrappy fighter, and you can definitely feel that with both the Hi-Nu and the Nu. You know, there's a lot of punches and kicks that it feels very Amuro-esque. Or even stuff like Camille suits, like the Mark II Hijack Titans version kind of feels like you're playing as a mobile suit that's having a temper tantrum, and the Zeta is much more aggressive, but feels more refined because it kind of marks Camille's growth as a character too. And, you know, the Double Zeta piloted by Judo is wacky, and always feels like you're pulling a fast one on the enemy, and it's very goofy and fits the comedic tone of that series well. But yeah, Shining was unable to get in on me there. I kept my distance. I feel like if that Shining had played a little bit tighter, I would have been in for trouble, but fortunately I was able to keep my distance, and I had a pretty good round there. Didn't even die once. So yeah, that was a good time. Thanks y'all for watching. Hope to see you next time.